Backstreet Boys. When are they gonna stop making music?
Because they're not comfortable yet.
Yeah, they're not comfortable yet.
They really need to be that, what we call it, what? Okay, maybe Mushida can tell us more
They gotta
about
change their name to Main Road Boys, you know,
Optimal
Backstreet
Performance Zone, whatever. Okay, so let's welcome Mushida Said.
Yeah, but before we do that, it's basically comfort zones that we're talking about. Now, this is Susan Boyle. Everybody knows Susan Boyle.
Yes.
And she's a very comfortable person in her appearance. Now, we all know her for her voice, but obviously she's not too famous for her looks. Here's what happens when she got out of her comfort zone and got all image consulted, and look at her now. Well, she looks slightly different.
It's still Susan Boyle.
It's still Susan Boyle, but a better Susan Boyle.
Yes.
So, you know, at one point she said, I'll never get out of
personality.
my looks. I'm still going to look like this, singing. People got to accept me for who I am. But when she got out of her comfort zone, she looks better.
So then the
Anybody
question is, should we step outside our comfort zone?
All right, let's ask our guest. Let's bring her on.
Yeah, Mushida.
We've got a speaker, trainer, motivator, Mushida. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me again. Yeah.
So,
very happy
you
to
know,
be here.
the word comfort zone, it seems very comfortable, very nice to be in. So why would you want to get out of your comfort zone? So comfortable to be in there.
Yeah, a lot of people are in their comfort zone without even knowing. They are not aware that they're actually in their comfort zone. All right, comfort zone is actually a state of like an inertia. It's an anxiety-free zone, right? People think they don't feel stressed. Why should you step out of it? Because if people want to make a change, you know, a lot of times when I work with people, they're always complaining about either their jobs or even their looks. They say, oh, I'm too fat, right? But they don't do anything about it. Why? Because they are in their comfort zone. They don't realize that to come out of your comfort zone, sometimes initially you do experience a little bit of stress because it is moving to a level of change in your life. So that's why a lot of people initially, when we ask them to step out their comfort zone, there's a little bit of discomfort there initially. Yeah, but when you come out of your comfort zone, you push yourself out a little bit to do something a little different from what you normally do day to day, you see difference in your life happening. And it just does not just affect your looks on the outside, it affects your mind, mental, your relationship with people, yeah, and even your purpose, who you really are.
But what are the psychological processes, you know, behind this comfort zone mentality?
Yeah, why people don't come out of their comfort zone, right?
So maybe you can just like briefly, you know,
if you look at children, you go back, you look at children like my daughter, she just turned 4 years old. Hi, Munira. Okay, so what happened is when I learn a lot from my daughter. You can see that whenever she does a mistake, she will cry, or if she hits a wall or she falls down, she will cry. But they'll do and continue. You know, they don't have this process of, you know, self-critic like we do. You know, they don't criticize themselves so much. They're not they're not so self-critical as adults are. So children are at a stage of their life where they do not have that conditioning of, you know, low self-esteem yet. You know, so there's a lot that we can learn from children. Why adults are so afraid of coming out of their comfort zone is because of this fear of failure, self-critic, and also the low self-esteem, not enough love and respect for themselves. And that is why sometimes they say, okay, I'm just going to stay here where I am, even though I'm not happy, right? So that, you know, I will not be get any criticism from other people. That's actually a slide on my comfort zone where, you know, actually this comfort zone is like a bubble around us, right? Most of us are not aware of it.
So the inner circle represents the comfort zone.
The person inside is you, right? And inside that comfort zone, there's always money, there's always relationship. It's enough for everything, right? But outside, there's also more, right? But if you just come out of that bubble, if you just learn to come out of that bubble, there will be more, you know, hearts, more stars, more dollar signs, you know, in your life, right? But a lot of people, they don't see it. They say, what am I supposed to do? I have no choice. I have to stay where I am. And they complain, you know, they complain, but it does not help when you don't do anything about it. Right?
Okay, part of the reasons I think why people do not want to get out of the comfort zone is because they have to take risk.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So how do you deal with that? How do you make people, you know, associate themselves with risk-taking behavior?
Well, we have to let them, first of all, empower themselves, learn to empower themselves. Why people are afraid to take risks is because of this self-defeating characteristics within us, the low self-esteem, the lack of love and respect for themselves, and That's why in my training, I always start with love and respect and I am special, because all of us have a purpose in our lives. Why people are afraid to take risks is because they have this fear inside of them that holds them back, right, from moving forward. So we start with empowerment first. Focus on your strengths. Start with that basic ones first. When you feel good about yourself, then you start to, okay, maybe I can do something a little bit more, maybe not too much, too different from what I am. First, do it step by step, right? So it's like, you know, the feeling that you get of discomfort. Okay, Terence, can you do me a favor?
All right,
can
sure.
you stand behind the camera? Cameraman comes here, you take out your microphone and you sit next to me.
All right, so
Okay, I take
we
out my
switch
microphone.
roles.
How do you feel now when I just asked you that
Wow,
question?
okay.
I just feel like I want to do it.
You want to go over there? You want to go over there? I say go over there.
I say, you
But
take
you
out-
have to leave first.
Yeah, I have to go over there.
have to go and you manage the whole program.
I manage the whole program behind
I
the
get
camera.
the producer to come here and you talk. And I'm just going to sit behind the camera.
Wow.
Do it in the next 2 seconds, right? Then you see people's reaction. Sometimes you'll be like, oh my God, we are on live television.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Now that butterflies in your stomach, you know, before you take on a new action, new activity, that is you are about to step out of your comfort zone. Right? So as long as we recognize that feeling, it is okay for us, because if you look at successful people, highly successful people, they're always in a routine to get out their comfort zone. You know, once they have achieved a certain level of comfort, you know, they have achieved their goals, they move on to something else that they want to focus towards their purpose or their goals in life.
So let's talk about that. If someone is successful already, he's achieved everything he wants to achieve. He's got a Porsche in his backyard, you know, the new one, which is hybrid.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Just now.
And he's got a big house. Maybe someone like you have not the best of role models, but he's 84, he's got a 24-year-old girlfriend, and he's got everything he wants. So how does someone like that get out of a comfort zone?
Okay, first you must recognize that he is in a comfort zone and he wants to move forward. If people have no desire at all right, what I'm trying to address is a lot of people out there, they have not achieved their goals and they know that there's this internal conflict within them. Sometimes if you look at some people, like you mentioned, they have a nice house, nice car, nice wife, you know. Yeah, everything looks good on the outside, but still they're not happy. You know, they're always complaining, or they're always stuck at the office all the time, not spending enough time with their families, and they're not happy about it. But still they complain, oh, you know, I'm too busy, I cannot do this and that. They're actually stuck in their comfort zone. You know, you can always make a choice to do something to change the certain circumstance that you are. But if, for example, you live a very balanced life, if someone lives a very balanced life, as in wealth is covered, their purpose is covered, their mind is at peace, you know, then I would say, you know, do more contribution. You know, that to them, they are already at peace. But most people, 99% of the population out there is not only on the outside, you know, but the inside there's an internal conflict. So they are not comfortable. So what we would encourage them to do is, what are your goals? Where do you want to go in your life? And we guide them accordingly. Yeah.
But sometimes with age, you know, the difficulty gets even, you know, harder.
Yeah.
For you to actually move out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
So how do you deal in your training, for instance? You have like different age groups. How do you deal with these different age groups?
I agree with you on that, because the older we get, sometimes we carry on past fears and baggages and bad experience in our life. So you say, oh, I'm not about to change. I know myself. So if a person is not happy where they are, but they find it so difficult to change, we go back to the root again, which is to release certain baggages that they have. You know, we will normally start with basic ones first to release in terms of forgiveness, get them to be grateful for what they really are. So who they really are. So it's like when we go through that process of removing baggages in a person, right? They will be, you know, more in touch with who they are really. But it will take a process. I've worked with younger people, and younger people are a lot easier to work, because after, they start running, and you see in 5 years, a lot of things have happened for them, right? And for me, should I say my age? Okay, I'm 39. Yeah, it took me after my 30s to fully release all the baggages. And the last, I would say from age 35 to 39, a lot of changes happened in my life because I unleashed all that unnecessary baggage in my life.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's that long.
Well, that's quite interesting, because as the older we get, we assume that we are happy. We assume that we have everything we want, but really maybe we don't. And we've asked Malaysians whether you're a comfortable lot. We'll find out later. But what's your take on Malaysians? Are we comfortable? Are we too complacent?
I would say in all societies there will be people who are too comfortable, and there are people who are uncomfortable. But I would want you to recognize if you are uncomfortable, do something about it. Maybe there's more of you out there. I'm sure there might be more of you.
More of you out there. Now,
Very interesting. Yeah, the key word
it's really
is
very
being uncomfortable. But do you think that being uncomfortable necessarily mean that you have to go or step out of your comfort
Yeah,
zone?
well, before you answer that, we've got a caller on the line. Let's
Hello.
check this caller. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Good
Hello?
morning. Yeah, you're on the air.
Serena, hi.
Hi. Everybody looks very cheerful.
Oh,
Thank you. It's a Monday. We gotta be cheerful.
I thought Monday is supposed to be Monday blue.
Yeah, that's why I'm still wearing that blue.
Only for him.
All right. Back to the topic.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a teacher. I'm 46 now. My youngest just finished her SPM.
All right.
And I mean, like what you said just now, the baggage is already released. You know, there are so many things I want to do in life that I have yet to accomplish.
Oh, okay.
So I have like, it's not a death wish list, but it's somehow like the things that I would like to do before life pass on.
All right.
So we hear many people saying paradigm shift, live out of the box and whatnot. Nah. Sometimes I am afraid to take that leap.
Okay.
So any suggestions on where to begin? I would like to take up piano lessons. I would like to go bungee jumping. There are so many things I want to do, and the first step looks very terrifying. I don't know that if I were to step out of the box, what if I make a mistake, and then am I able to go back into my box? Go back to my comfort zone.
Very good question. We're gonna try and help you out.
Thank you. Huh?
What's the first step that someone like her should take?
All right,
So we got
Serena?
kids and SPM taking and all that.
Sure, understand. Serena, what I would recommend that you do, first of all, is write down the list of things that you have accomplished in your life before. All right? You said you were 46 years old. Divide 46, divide by 3.
by
All right?
3.
3 parts of your life. All right? From that age, 46 divided by 3 is 13, 0 to 13, roughly.
15.
15, okay, 0 to 15. What have you accomplished in your life? Write down all the good things that you have accomplished in your life that makes you happy, makes you feel strong.
So the first 15 years.
15 years.
yeah.
Then 15 to 30 years old, what have you done in your life that makes you really strong, really happy, really proud? And after that, from 30 to 46, right? What have you accomplished that really make you feel very empowered, okay? Now look at that list. And when you look at that list, when you read that list, you will feel some kind of happiness, some kind of strength within yourself. All right. And then from there, I want you to write down as many things that you wish to accomplish, you would like to accomplish. This is called your wish list in your life, right? Write down as many as possible. And every morning, early in the morning, preferably before 6 o'clock, write them down. Because when you send out your thoughts in a very clear state, in a very calm state, you will also attract the things that will happen in your life, all right? So we'll start this. This is law of attraction, which we'll maybe address in other sessions. But write this down, right? Always focus on what you want to attract in your life, the things that you want to achieve in your life, all right? Yeah.
So that's basically her first
Yes.
step. That doesn't sound too scary, I think,
Yeah.
And it's
Doing
very
that.
easy to do, but I think you have to do it really
Yes.
seriously, the list, that you have accomplished, because will give you that sense of pride,
Yes.
I think, about what you have accomplished.
That's right.
And she did ask another question, which was quite interesting. If I'm not so happy with what I've achieved outside my box, can I go back into my comfort zone? Is that possible?
Is that like reverse?
No, if you want to achieve something in your life, go ahead, work on it, right? Sometimes you do make mistakes, but reflect back. How can I make it better? Don't penalize yourself for something that was really, that you have done in your life that was not good. So don't focus on that. Focus on the things that you have done and how you can improve yourself. And another stage of your life, which a lot of times people are not able to move forward in their life, is because they have not forgiven themselves.
Right.
Not forgiven themselves for some mistakes that they have done. They're still harping about it. They're still talking about it and say, oh, I did this. I cannot move on because I did this. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself and forgive other people. All right. So this is another stage that you can do, and also be grateful for everything that you have. Another list that you can also do besides your wish list is your gratitude list.
That ties up as well to the love and respect.
Yes, love and respect. Because when you are strong inside, you know, we are all special. If you even put two identical twins together, you know, the mole is the same place, they are two different people.
Yes.
You know?
Right.
So all of us have a purpose in the world, yeah, and all of us are special.
There you go. That first step does not sound too scary, as I said, and it's good to know that you don't have to regress. In fact, if you have made progress outside your box. Now we'll go back to the question which Farizal asked earlier.
Yeah, you know, feeling uncomfortable means that that's a kind of like a sign that you have to step out of your comfort zone.
Yes, that is the sign. And as long as you move towards something that you intend to go to, right? That's the first step is important. That one is very uncomfortable. But when you move towards that first step, you will see things for yourselves that will change. All right. I have friends who have feedback to me on certain things, major things that they have always been. They have done to actually come out of their comfort zone. One being the fear of leaving their jobs that they are not happy about. So a lot of times people complain and complain and complain, but there are opportunities always out there for you to go and do something that you really want. So they said the initial step of maybe starting their own business is also outside of their comfort zone, right? But if you are happy with your job, go ahead, you know, move on and find your purpose in the job that you are in. But if you are in the job and you feel stifled, you feel trapped and sometimes even broke, then there's always something that you can always do. There's no such thing as there is no choice. Yeah, and that is what I always hear, I have no choice. In the end, really lah, no choice.
And I think that comes along with positive thinking as well.
Exactly, self-esteem.
I hope you got yourself a good dose of positive thinking this morning with our guest. I'm sure she sent out a lot of good positive vibes over the airwaves. Let's take a quick look at the polling results that we've got. Are you a complacent lot? Whoa! Wow, we are.
Yes.
We are a complacent lot.
Yes.
So
maybe, you know, that
there's
has
a
got
huge...
a lot to do with the risk-taking behavior.
Yeah, I think there's a huge market for you out there. 88% saying they're complacent. So thank you very much for joining us on the show. It's been amazing talking to you, Mushida.
Hey, yes, amazing talking to you guys as well. Yeah.
You know, you should come back and join us, and maybe, you know, there are like a lot of things that she mentioned just now couldn't be elaborated further.
Yeah, like that law of
so
attraction.
we need to like have segments for that.
And so every Mondays, as I just heard from my producer, we'll have Mushida on board with us. So if you've got any questions for her, do join us. Thank you very much once again for spending Monday morning with Hello 12, your morning shot, only on Hot.
And hopefully you have a productive day ahead. And also this is a good way to start your week this week, okay, the first week of May.
Yeah.
Until then, I'm Farizal Razali.
And I'm Terence Das.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Malaysia.